All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's a beautiful, crisp morning here in New Jersey, and I got the Aprilia out. So yesterday, I actually went to Flemington Power Sports, and I did the first service on it. So like I said, first, this is a demo model. It had about 479 miles on it already. It was their demo. So I actually picked it up. They didn't do the first service. When I took delivery of it, I asked them, will they do it now or whatever. They said, no, you have to wait till 600 miles. I actually went over that. I have about 850 miles on it now. But when I was there, I saw the team that sold me the bike, and he knew it was a demo. He knew it was close. And he said, hey, don't worry about the first service. We'll take care of it. It's on them. Now that is an awesome thing. First service obviously is just the oil change. They had the break-in oil in there, put new fresh oil. They checked everything, all the specs, all the bolts, everything, fastened everything down. I was reading the sheet. They said they adjusted the butterfly valve. I don't know why. Who knows? Maybe it sounds better now. Maybe it opens up more, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna take a quick rip around town. Nothing too crazy. It is pretty cold out, and I just have about an hour or so to just rip around. But first, let's get that cold start going. Oh yeah, sounds better than ever. Now, as you can see, guys, I put that WRS windscreen on. It looks a little sportier. It's a little taller, and it gives me somewhat decent protection, but this is a naked bike, so I'm not going to get all the protection in the world. But first, let's get this heated gear going here. Now it is a little colder, so I got the heated gear, this Gerben heated gear, set to about 7. Ooh, I feel it warming up already. All right. So after its first service, maybe I could hammer it a little more, but I'm still getting used to this bike. I probably won't feel comfortable, not for a few thousand miles. All right, let's hit it. Now, I've been playing with the settings here, the traction control, the wheelie control. I haven't gotten into it to like step out or anything like that, or turn everything off and see what it really can do. I know that it has a ABS control. If you actually setting 1, it disables the rear, and then if you turn it off completely, it disables the rear. I can still feel when I do twist the throttle. I do have wheelie control on. I do feel it intrusive. Right now I have it on level 1. That's the lowest setting. Yeah, shout out to Flemington Power Sports for taking care of that first service for me, man. They did break it down still for me, and just to do the first service, it was really expensive. I mean, it's compared to like maybe a Harley or a Honda, that's a little more. Well, compared to the Harley, I remember the first service for the Harley was probably about $450, $500. They actually gave me the breakdown of what they did and what they check for the first service, and their service, it came out to almost $600. I did kind of anticipate that because this is a premium bike. It didn't really, I don't even want to say startle me, or I don't want to say surprise me. I mean, now these days, all these cars and bikes, it's a premium to pay. I mean, I broke down their labor. They charge $120 an hour, which is standard. If I had to pay the $600, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be as surprised. Is the price a little high? Yeah, it is. But you know what? That's what you're going to pay for servicing at a dealer for this premium bike. If they're authorized dealer, and I know usually when you're authorized dealer, the mechanics go through the whole learning the machine and everything, and it's just like work. Some people are good at it, some people are not, and hopefully you get a technician that does take his time, does the right things and all that stuff. So like I said, at the dealer, you're going to pay a premium. And you know what? You would hope that they do the right thing. And hopefully they're up to date on everything that they do. With my Harley, yeah, I can go to Harley Davidson themselves, but they do charge a lot. So I usually go to Get Lowered Cycles. You know, and they're master mechanics in everything Harley. Now, I wouldn't ask them to touch anything on this bike because they really don't know, or any sport bike. But, you know, you got to find that person that deals with these kind of bikes. Maybe you could find someone that's not the dealer, but, you know, especially with these Italian bikes, and especially with Aprilia, they're not like Harley. Not a lot of people know how to fix these things, and same thing like with Ducati, same thing with KTM. It's a little different. So right now with all the servicings and stuff, you know, I am kind of at their mercy. I mean, I don't really know anyone else that fixes these bikes. Now, they did recommend the next service is about 6,200 miles, but they do recommend, hey, why don't you just change the oil at 3,000 miles? And to tell you the truth, yes, they asked me, hey, if you want to schedule that here, you could always do it. But they were encouraging too, hey, it's not that hard on these bikes to change the oil. It's right under. And as long as you take your time and take the proper steps, at 3,000 miles, you can save a couple bucks in a trip over there, and that's fine. When it comes down to their 6,000 mile service, obviously they do a whole bunch of other things, and I'm not mechanically inclined to do any of this stuff like that. I can probably bleed brakes, I can check these things, I could do all, you know, change the oil, maybe flush the coolant. I could do basic stuff, which they are going to do, but it's time consuming. So, you know, changing an oil on a bike shouldn't take that long, 30 minutes to an hour. Depends on if you have all the fairings on it. This bike is nice. It is considered a naked, but it has an underbelly fairing that you just take off and that's it. And it's not that hard. So, you know, they recommend every few thousand miles to change the oil, and then when it comes to the big services, go back to them. So that's what I'm planning on doing. You know, this bike, or MSRP for this bike, is $17,000. I don't want to mess anything up. You know, I pay good money for this thing. I have to trust their dealership that they do the right thing too. You know, I'm not saying every dealership is perfect, but as of right now with them, I don't have a problem with them. But you know, as we see, we'll progress. Yeah, baby. But at the end of the day, you really have to ask yourself, are you going to a dealer or someone that you trust? That's really entirely up to you. I mean, this thing is under warranty for, I think, 2 years, unlimited miles. So, you know, I would go back to the dealer if anything happened. Some people say screwed warranty and they're going to do everything. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not going to tear into this thing and do all that stuff, but people. worth for you to go to the dealer and get your stuff serviced, or is it worth for you to do some of the stuff on your own? Now, thinking about it now, you know, looking at prices of the oil and what oil this uses and what a filter, and it probably takes them an hour to do, you're looking at maybe at least $150 to $175, you know, and plus me getting over there just to do a basic oil change, which most people should learn how to do on their motorcycle. Is it worth it? Yeah. Just straight oil change? Yeah, definitely. You know, just take the time to do it. And really, to tell you the truth, is it worth it for me to go at 3,000 miles, take my time, go all the way out there, waste gas, going back and forth, and you know, you could save a couple bucks. You know, you losing time, which isn't bad. But, you know, on other bigger things, you know, I know my father is a Mercedes mechanic for many years, and he always says, you know, after 10,000 miles, they were services. It's just a big oil change. They just check everything. But at the end of the day, that's what they're there for. They have to check everything. They know what to look for. You should really go to the dealer or do it yourself. In the end, you have to do with what you feel comfortable. Now, if you buy a bike like this, you have to understand that it's going to come at a premium. Any bike right now. It doesn't matter if it's Ducati, BMW, Suzuki, Kawasaki, all these bikes it's at a premium now. Like, you got for the dealer to take care of them. And you really have to understand that it's gonna cost. But if you do get maybe a bike like this that's a hyper naked, maybe you get like an MT10 that's 5 years old, and you could do everything yourself, or you should learn how to do everything. You could also do it that way and save yourself a couple of dollars. I know when I was going into this, I knew when I bought my Harley, it was going to be a lot of money to maintain these things. So I keep that in the back of my mind all the time when I buy parts for the bike. You know, I can't just spend all my money, put all these nice things on it, make it go fast, and then go to the dealer and say something's wrong and then not expect to pay. So just to fair warn you with that. So do what you feel like you can do and what's comfortable to you. If you can do just oil changes, do that. Tell them, hey, I can do the oil changes in between the big services. I can do that like I'm gonna do. Boom, they have no problems with that. They understand. You know, a lot of dealers understand that it's a lot of money these days. Man, this thing is fucking nice, man. Feels nimble. Got all the power in the world. To be honest with you, when I changed the wheelie control to the lowest setting, I do feel the front end get a little light when you're not ready for it, when you just want to twist. When you twist, you gotta be nice and easy with it, especially around town. Now, if you're gonna hit the highway and hammer on it, that's a different story. I forgot to, also I have to ask the dealer if I do a slip-on exhaust and an up map might mean flash the ECU, will that affect my warranty? I am pretty sure just putting a pipe on here, especially a slip-on, doesn't void the warranty. But I think if I do the up map, then that will void the warranty. Now I know Aprilia has their own race map. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. And then I can put that, maybe an Acra pipe on here or whatever pipe I want. Maybe open it up a little bit, run a little better. But we'll see. I'll have to ask them. You know, I am definitely not a millionaire, or I'm definitely not I'm just your average Joe. I do make a good living, I'm gonna be honest with you. I take care of the family first before I do anything crazy to these bikes, but I do want to kind of keep the warranty on this thing. I just keep it until it expires and then decide what I want to do. So, I mean, if that means I have to go to the dealer for them to install things, I'm gonna have to go to them. But I'm thinking if I just throw a pipe on here, I'm thinking it won't void anything. It's just a muffler, but we're gonna have to see about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, as is, this thing is a powerful bike, man. I'm learning its quirks, I'm learning what it likes to do, what it doesn't like to do, how you ride it, how you're not supposed to ride it, but this thing is just a beast. I love the smell of jet fuel. Teterboro Airport is right there. I wish they would let me just get on the tarmac real quick and I could run this thing wide open. That would be cool. There's a plane coming in right there. So Teterboro is a private airport. There's not a lot of commercial going out of there. Maybe it's someone famous. Maybe it's just a guy who has a lot of money. Oh, there's a line of them taking off. Hey, this is one of the biggest, this is the day before Thanksgiving and the busiest travel day. Yeah, everyone's going home for the holiday, or everyone's getting out of work early. One or the other. Yeah, we'll do a quick turnaround here. Live to ride, ride to Starbucks, baby. Yeah, we should have went to Starbucks. Right now.
game over.
Well, anyway, guys, just took it out for a quick rip, got it serviced, and feels better than ever. So if you like today's video, please hit that like button. Also, comment below. Do you go to the dealer, or do you go to someone else, or do you do it yourself? I really would like to know. But I hope you have a awesome Thanksgiving, and I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.